Most people picture caregivers as women. But what happens when a man steps into that role? The silence, the pressure, the expectations. It's a different kind of weight. If you're a male caregiver or love someone who is, this message is for you. Hi, I'm Rick Henkin. My wife Sonia was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in January 2020 at the age of 65. I've seen too many caregivers suffer physically, emotionally, and mentally, oftentimes more than the loved ones they care for. I was determined not to let this disease take me down, and I found a way to cope. Now I help other caregivers do the same. Today I want to address a topic that often goes unspoken in caregiving circles, but plays a crucial role in the caregiving journey: the difference between male and female caregivers and the unique challenges men face when caring for a loved one. Specifically, we'll talk about the difficulty male caregivers often encounter in accepting a loved one's diagnosis and seeking help. Caregiving, as many of you know, is not a one-size-fits-all experience. Men and women often approach caregiving with different perspectives shaped by societal expectations, personal experiences, and emotional coping styles. Understanding these differences can not only enhance how we provide support to caregivers, but also improve the quality of care for those we love. Let's start by acknowledging some general patterns. Female caregivers often step into their roles because of a sense of obligation nurtured by traditional gender norms that associate women with caregiving and nurturing roles. They're more likely to take on hands-on day-to-day responsibilities, bathing, feeding, and dressing their loved ones. For many women, caregiving becomes an extension of their identity, even though it can take a toll on their emotional and physical well-being. Male caregivers, on the other hand, often approach caregiving differently. Men are more likely to focus on problem-solving and logistics, handling finances, arranging medical appointments, or managing home repairs. They often see their role as one of ensuring stability and control, which can be deeply fulfilling, but also isolating. The emotional side of caregiving, like processing grief, frustration, or guilt, can sometimes be more challenging for men to navigate openly. For many male caregivers, accepting their loved one's diagnosis, especially when it involves progressive conditions like dementia, can be an uphill battle. Why? Because it challenges deeply ingrained ideas about strength and control. A diagnosis like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's is not something that can be fixed. It defies logic and problem solving, leaving many men feeling helpless or resentful even. A common reaction is denial. This can't be happening, or maybe the doctors are wrong, are thoughts that can dominate in the early stages. Denial can be a coping mechanism, a way to buy time to adjust emotionally. But prolonged denial can delay critical decisions like creating a care plan, seeking professional help, or preparing for the future. Unfortunately, this often leaves male caregivers feeling overwhelmed when the reality of their loved one's condition becomes undeniable. Everyone's journey is different. I personally did not have any issue denying Sonia's diagnosis for two reasons. Number one, I knew what I was experiencing at home. And two, rather than take her to her primary care physician for diagnosis, I researched online and took her to the Pacific Neuroscience Institute in Santa Monica, California. I lived in Los Angeles. They're ranked in the top neurology and neurosurgery programs in the nation. It was important to me that she be evaluated by a specialist rather than a general physician. Another significant challenge male caregivers face is asking for help. Many men grow up internalizing the belief that asking for help is a sign of weakness. This belief can create a barrier to seeking support, even when it's desperately needed. Men often think, I should be able to handle this on my own, or if I ask for help, it means I'm failing. But caregiving isn't meant to be a solo endeavor. The emotional, physical, and logistical demands of caregiving are enormous, and no one, man or woman, is equipped to carry that load alone for an extended period. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom and strength. It's recognizing that the well-being of your loved one depends on your ability to maintain your own well-being. I did join a support group online. There were 10 of us. I was looking for ideas and suggestions. This was back in the beginning. but most of the people just wanted to commiserate and share the difficulties they were dealing with on a daily basis. I'm sure it's probably a relief to know that they're not the only ones going through this with their family members. They have companions, cohorts that they can relate to, talk to, and with whom they can share stories. While that's important, it's not what I needed at that moment. Just as a side note, the purpose of my Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/4family caregivers, that's FOR, 4 family caregivers, is to help our members move beyond their stress, their anger, their resentment, and their guilt to a place of peace, acceptance, and a clear path forward, away from the physical, psychological, and emotional stressors that are affecting their health and their quality of life. So, how can male caregivers overcome these challenges? Let me share a few strategies. First, acknowledge and accept the diagnosis. The first step is to confront reality head on. Educate yourself about your loved one's condition. Knowledge can help replace fear and with understanding and provide a clearer picture of what lies ahead. Redefine strength. Strength isn't about doing everything alone. It's about resilience, adaptability, and knowing when to reach out. Reframe asking for help. It's a courageous act that benefits both you and your loved one. Build a support network. This can include family, friends, professional caregivers, and support groups. Surrounding yourself with others who understand your experience can be a lifeline. Give yourself permission to feel. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, angry, or even resentful at times. Those emotions don't make you a bad caregiver, they make you human. Find healthy outlets to process these feelings, whether through journaling, therapy, or talking to a trusted friend. Share the load. If you're part of a family caregiving team, don't hesitate to delegate tasks. Focus on your strengths and let others step in where they can contribute. Caregiving is one of the most profound and challenging experiences a person can undertake. For male caregivers, it often requires stepping outside of traditional roles and confronting deeply ingrained beliefs about strength, control, and vulnerability. But let me assure you, by acknowledging the diagnosis, seeking help, and allowing yourself to feel, you're not just caring for your loved one, you're growing as a person. Let's continue to support one another regardless of gender as we navigate the complexities of caregiving. Together we can make this journey a little less daunting. I gotta laugh where I can. We can make this journey a little less daunting and a lot more compassionate. Let's hear from you. What's one thing you wish people understood about male caregivers? Drop it in the comments below. You might help someone who's struggling silently. If you're feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, or like you're losing yourself in caregiving, you're not alone. That's exactly why I created Caregiver Mastery, a step-by-step roadmap designed to help you manage stress, anger, and burnout so you can care for your loved one without sacrificing yourself in the process. Inside, you'll learn how to say yes to yourself without guilt, reduce overwhelm, and find peace, even in the hardest moments. I call this place Heaven Island, a state of peace, acceptance, and clarity, where you can care for your loved one without losing yourself. It's time to give yourself permission to breathe, to rest, and to heal. Click the link below or visit caregivermasterycourse.com to get started today. If this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe. I post caregiver support videos every Monday and Thursday. You're not alone in this. Let's do this together.